Hey everybody, happy to see you guys. Today not so happy topic, but I've been asked a lot about it, so I would like to address it and give you some ideas about it. So why is that such a high divorce rate in Ukraine and Russia? What's happening behind the scenes? Why people getting married, have beautiful weddings, and then ending up in divorce? So I would like to bring a little bit of history. Just 20, 30, 40 years ago, a lady who would reach, let's say, 25-year old would be considered, an old bride. I know that in America that would be maybe in 40s, 50s, or 60s, then things had changed. So back in, my parents' era, they had a pressure to get married, pressure to be like everybody, pressure to have kids. You aren't a part of society if you do not have family, if you not married. And also back in time, premarital sex was not anything anything good to do. It would put you in a very bad position. So basically there was this enormous pressure on women to get married, and very often they would fall in love with somebody, but for some reason would not be able to be with them, so they just would marry a person, next good person they meet, and very often they didn't have a chance to get to know the person as well. Also, women in USSR had so many responsibilities, while they were going to work and taking all that and, bringing their share of money home. They still were responsible for, all the housework and shopping and cooking and kids. So romance would finish very quickly after the couple would get married. That's very common. You know, I am. I remembering when I was a little girl, observing people and seeing that they were not happy in their marriage. So basically, many women sacrificed uh, their life, their personal space to just be accepted by society, making parents happy, by staying married. And they just never had much of their own experience. It would be all for kids or all for, for their husbands. And so basically that's one of the reasons, while people who are currently in their 40s, 50s, and even younger, even 30s, often after some time, they just got so tired of that, being taken for granted, basically being a mom to a husband, that they decide to go for a divorce. Or maybe they just simply married the person they never loved because of the social pressure. Even my friends, people I went to school with, or just people I know, basically, especially, I am from bigger city, but I have some friends from smaller cities and they still have that mentality. I have couple of friends that basically were forced emotionally to get married, and those marriages were not very happy ones. And so that is sometimes that the choice, was made in not with the right person, but just to make everybody happy. And this is just so sad. That's why I never support marriages that don't have affection, that don't have emotional close connection, and don't have passion. I kind of disagree that every marriage can be worked out, because I think the closest person that you sleep with, you make love to, you live your life with, you share everything, it has to be truly close person. So we didn't have that experience, being not being able to choose properly, or all the circumstances. So that is one thing that kind of goes back in time, but it's still happening now. The age is changed. It's probably would be 30, 35 when the women feel pressed to get married, have kids. And it does make sense if you want to have kids, but I think any pressure cannot lead you to anything. I have to say it's getting better now. It's not as bad, and a lot of ladies take their time before they commit to somebody. They really do. So I would say another reason why modern families are getting divorced very often is probably um, infidelity or not being faithful. So it's a huge problem in our country. People often can't keep the promise. Um, One in a couple have too many responsibilities or too much stress, or mostly that people stop and dating after they get married. They get married and it's all about, you know, washing dishes and cleaning potatoes and saving money. So the romance factor, nobody taught us those things. So very often that is the reason that the romance is gone. And from emotional stimulation, people find somebody on the side, and then it's becoming known, and then it's ending in a divorce. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people live, not in in unfaithful marriage and just kind of bear with that. So a lot of stress. I would say financial reasons also can lead to that. When, for example, the woman is active and she's working and she's successful, and the guy goes with what's comfortable. He doesn't want to grow. He just wants to come from work and lay on his couch, while he makes less money. And even if the woman is okay with that, our guys deep down they're not okay with that. But instead of changing it, they making it worse by giving up and start drinking, and also, to be very honest, start also seeing other women. So this way they feel more like a man. They elevate the testosterone level or something like that. There is actually interesting, when the woman start to take care of the man in our culture, usually she gets herself in trouble. She becoming a mom, and a little boy doesn't want to listen and he wants to cheat basically, and that makes him feel better. So this is very few of examples, a few of the reasons why divorce rates so high. I feel like there is way more to say, so might be another video. Sometimes we can learn from bad experience to make ours better, to change some things in our lives. So guys, I will probably make another one on this one. I hope that that's not your story, that your relationship would be beautiful, close, warm, and will last lifelong. Thank you.